It's always such a great joy. It's always such a genuine pleasure to discuss the important truths that already exist deep within you. You are entirely whole and complete beings. You do not require absolutely anything else at all. You are beings who carry within yourselves the knowledge of the whole, of the supreme consciousness. Nothing, in fact, is hidden from you. You possess an incredibly vast and deep archive, much greater than what you could ever possibly imagine about yourselves. There is nothing you can't do. There is nothing you are truly capable of achieving. Separate fun. There is absolutely nothing that you can't understand. But within all of this, there is also a substantial and pervasive element of manipulation or even illusion. The illusion that you are somehow inherently flawed or imperfect. For many centuries, that is the only message you were ever allowed to hear. And for many lifetimes, that is truly all you ever heard. You are not perfect. You do not do the tasks and responsibilities the way you are expected to. You are not capable. And throughout the course of many different lifetimes, you have slowly accumulated all of these deep seated feelings of being fundamentally incomplete as a person, of always missing something. Today, you are standing before a new era, measured on a collective level, but also on a personal level. You are currently facing a profound moment when you can truly understand, even if most of the time it is just intellectually, that this is not actually true, that you are so much more than you have ever even imagined, and that your inner light and your knowledge are far greater than what you are currently able to use in your daily life. You already know all of this information today, but you do not always fully believe it when you are dealing with your ordinary everyday situations. You believe, for example, that you are one person and that other person walking down your street is another, or that person sleeping in the next room, or who lives in the neighborhood next to yours. And those people are separate from you. You also still believe that this comfortable couch you're sitting on and this expensive car you're driving right now are actually real. The very clothes you're currently wearing are separate from you. You still believe that? That all these things and people are entirely separate from you. You even believe that the various situations you go through, this specific one you're experiencing right now and clearly don't like, this difficult situation you don't know how to deal with, this situation that suddenly showed up or just simply won't leave your life, this entire situation arrived and made itself right at home in your personal journey. You believe they're separate from you. And this is the single greatest, it's the most significant obstacle to truly knowing yourself. The more you imagine that you're completely isolated and detached from everything and everyone, the harder it is to understand the true essence of who you really are. Because you lose touch with your creative power. Don't you realize that argument caused you physical discomfort? That person who came into your life said two or three words to you and then you never saw them again, completely changed the course of your journey? Did something inside your consciousness change? You didn't realize it, but it happened. You might not even realize that that specific couch you just bought, That color actually represented your emotional state at that moment. And it could only, and that couch could only be bought. It could only make it to your house because you had already created an energetic space for it in your life. Otherwise, it couldn't have happened. These are things that if you keep believing they're entirely separate and disconnected from you, you can't fully comprehend and realize your connection to the whole, to the supreme consciousness. You need to understand this in the smallest details of your daily life so you can start to see the magnificent, intricate web of connection that exists throughout the entire universe. People who are actually able to see subtle energies know this very well, that these energies move constantly from one field to another. For example, when they are standing in front of two different people, they can see the vibrant energies of these two individuals dancing gracefully with each other in a continuous flow, constantly connecting and disconnecting, coming together and drifting apart at every single moment. If you notice the subtle energies, if you have the unique ability to see these energies, you'll see that when someone is gently touching a plant, when they're truly connecting with that plant or with a certain stone, this energy will be flowing. It is viewed in a way as if you were standing directly before a person. An energetic dance will take place. Plants, stones, they communicate an electromagnetic field, and people communicate with these plants. Another field, and in this, a symbiosis happens. Essentially, what this represents is a flow of information. Every single time you interact or come into contact with an electromagnetic field, whether it's from a person, a group, or even a plant, a profound and powerful connection is going to happen. A connection that goes far beyond the simple reach of spoken words. A connection that goes far beyond what you can see with your physical eyes. It's a deep spiritual connection that is fundamentally transforming both sides of the experience. It's changing, whether it's the living plant, the ancient stone, or the entire group. But it's changing. You, the person, are changing everything. That's why absolutely everything. It's because of this deeply personal connection that everything I say about Ho'oponopono is completely authentic and real. It's because of this connection. If you don't pay very close attention, you might not even be able to see it at all. A lot of people practice Ho'oponopono, but they often can't see the real changes. They can't see the immediate benefits. They can't see the deep transformations simply because they're not truly looking at their own daily lives. They're not fully recognizing how deeply rooted what they want to change really is, or the various changes that seem unpredictable and random, but are happening right now in their lives. Some people notice that after they start practicing Ho'oponopono, they actually begin to experience situations that are somewhat more uncomfortable for them to go through. And then they often come to me and say, but why exactly is everything going so wrong, even in those moments when I am doing everything that I know I am supposed to be doing right now? I'm working on what I know I need to work on. So you might be wondering why other things in my life are going completely wrong. It is because what you are working on is intimately and directly connected to the energy of what seems to be turned completely upside down right now. What
aquilo
you're
que
seeing
você
right now,
sendo que
that's
está
moving in a
caminhando de
completely
uma
different
forma
direction.
diferente.
And that
Não
seems
tem
to have
nada a ver com aquilo que
absolutely
você está
nothing to do with
trabalhando,
what you're currently working on, is
está
actually deeply
frequencialmente
connected on a
conectado.
frequency level.
As
You see,
duas
both of
partes
these
estão
parts are
conectadas.
intimately
E é por
connected.
isso que quando
And that's
você
exactly
começa
why when you start to
a
change the
alterar
specific
a
frequencies
frequência
of
de
one,
uma,
the
a
other part
outra
starts to change as well.
começa a
It
te
starts to show you.
denunciar.
And
E
this right here serves as yet another powerful and clear confirmation that absolutely
compreensão
everything in our world is deeply connected,
significado. E que
and that there are
existem
things in
coisas
your
que são
life that are
conectadas na
connected
tua
that
vida
you
que
don't
você
even
não se dá
realize.
conta. E
And you
você
can
só
only
pode se dar
realize
conta quando
this
você
when you
começar a
really start to pay
observar de
attention.
verdade. Você
You
pode
can keep
fazer
a
o
journal.
contrário. Os diários
Journals are
não são
certainly
coisas de
not
pessoas
exclusively for
que
people who are
estão
of a
com uma
specific
certa
or
idade
particular
cronológica,
chronological
como as
age, like
crianças
kids and
e
preteens. A
pré-adolescentes,
journal is a
mas o
wonderful
diário
tool for
serve
you to
para você se
document and
lembrar de
remember important life
eventos,
events and
de
situations.
situações. A
Your own
mente, ela
mind can
pode te
often trick you.
enganar.
It can
Ela
easily make you
pode
forget
fazer
certain
com que você
specific things that
esqueça
happen throughout your busy
determinadas
day.
coisas que acontecem
But
no
if
seu
you
dia.
take the time to
Mas
write
se
all of this
você
down,
estiver
you are not
anotando
only
tudo
confirming
isso,
on paper
você
the
vai
various
estar não
situations
só
you experience,
confirmando
but you are also
no
opening up a
papel
much
as
deeper, more
situações que você
profound
vive,
connection with
mas
your
também
internal
você vai
memory.
estar
Because
abrindo
you are telling it that
uma
the act of
conexão mais
remembering is
profunda com a tua
truly and
memória.
deeply important to
E
me.
você vai estar
When you
dizendo:
are
"Olha,
writing about the many different things that
lembrar
happened in
disso
your
é
day,
permanente."
you are you are
Você,
sending an
quando você está
incredibly important
escrevendo sobre
signal
as
to
coisas que
yourself and
aconteceram no
also to
seu
the entire
dia,
universe
você
that the
está
act of remembering
emanando um
really
salto
matters to your
importante
life
para
and your
si
future.
mesmo e
This
também
simple
para o
practice
universo.
ensures that your
Porque
experiences are
lembrar
never truly
é
lost.
importante. Com o
Over a
passar do
long
tempo,
period of
pode ser que
time,
você
you
não
might not
precise
even
mais
need to keep
lembrar.
that journal anymore. You might
Você
no
não
longer
precisa
need
mais
to write
anotar,
every single thing
porque
down
você vai
because
ter
you will have
ativado
successfully
as suas
activated your own
memórias
memories
de uma
in such a
forma
specific
que
way
elas
that they are
estão
now
agora
completely under your
sob o
conscious
seu
control.
comando. Então
So
você
you're able to
consegue
remember.
lembrar.
But
Mas,
getting back to the
voltando
main point of this
ao
moment and of
objetivo
today's entire conversation,
principal
I really want to tell you that
deste momento,
absolutely everything in this
desta
world is
conversa de
deeply
hoje,
and profoundly
eu quero te
connected.
dizer que
And when you begin to
tudo está
truly heal within
conectado.
yourself,
E
you
quando você se
naturally
conecta em
and
você,
inevitably
você
heal the
cura as
various
coisas
things
que
that
existem
exist
na
in your
tua
life.
vida. Relacionamentos,
Relationships, difficult
situações,
situations,
qualquer
absolutely
coisa
anything at
pode
all.
ser
All of these things can be
trago
healed
a
through
tua
you
mesa.
simply because
Sim,
you are
porque
so
você
deeply
está
connected to
conectado
every
com
single thing
tudo
that
aquilo
exists
que
in your
existe
life
na
right
tua
now.
vida. Então, se
So,
você
if you
cura as
truly
suas
heal your
próprias
own internal frequencies,
frequências,
you'll be
você vai
healing
estar
the very
atraindo as
frequencies that have
frequências que se
manifested outside of
manifestaram
you
fora de
in the form
você,
of various
em
situations,
forma de
personal
situações,
relationships, complex
relacionamentos,
problems,
problemas,
joys,
alegrias, de
sorrows, and
tristezas,
even physical
de
illnesses.
doenças, de
Your health,
saúde,
whatever it is that
tudo
has
aquilo que
manifested in
está
your life,
manifestado na
it
sua
is
vida.
truly
Porque
you. It
você
is a
é uma
unique
frequência que
frequency that
você
you have
criou
created
e que
and
você
deeply connected
conectou
to
a você
yourself.
mesmo.
So,
Então,
do you truly
você
want to heal and transform
quer
your
mudar a
entire
sua
life?
vida?
Then
Então,
you must look deep within the sacred
busque
space of
dentro
your
da
own
tua
inner divinity
divindade
to find
o
the
poder que
extraordinary
está
and
ali dentro de
infinite power
você.
that lies dormant there.
Traga
Bring it
ele
out
para
into the light
fora
and let it guide you.
e
You
diga
should
o
repeat the sacred
mantra,
mantra. Since this specific
porque
mantra is
o
important,
mantra,
it really needs to be a
ele
personal
deve
mantra that is
ser
perfectly
um
balanced and
mantra
harmonious for your
equilibrado
unique
para
spirit.
você
To
aceitar,
accept, to
para
heal, and to
curar
open
e
yourself
se
up to the
abrir ao
new.
novo.
This
Este
is
é
the
o ciclo
perfect cycle.
perfeito. Então, é em
So
cima
it's
deste
based on
ciclo
this perfect
perfeito que o
cycle
mantra
that the
deve
mantra should be
ser
spoken.
dito. Eu
I
aceito,
accept, I
eu
love
te
you,
amo
and I
e
am
eu
grateful.
agradeço. Eu
I
aceito
accept is
é
your
a
ability to
tua
understand.
capacidade de compreender.
And those who truly
Quem
understand
realmente
have
compreende
already begun to
já
heal.
começa a cura.
Because
Porque tudo
anything
aquilo
that's
que já
no
não é mais
longer a
mistério
mystery to
para
you,
você, que
that
já
no
não mais
longer
te
makes you
causa
uncomfortable, that
desconforto,
no
que
longer
já não
causes
mais te
you
causa medo,
fear, that eventually
ele
ceases
deixa
to be a
de ser
problem.
um
That
problema.
stops being a
Aquilo deixa
massive
de
looming
ser algo
obstacle
grande
and
e passa a
instead
ser
becomes
algo
something clearly
pequenino,
understood. It becomes
passa a
something that
ser
you are
algo
finally
que
in
você
complete
está
control of.
dominando.
So I
eu
accept.
aceito. É
It is
dentro
truly
desse
within
estado
this
de
profound state of
aceitação
acceptance that you
que
can
se
finally
começa
begin your
tudo,
own personal healing
a
journey.
cura. Quando
When you
você
use
usa
the
a frase
phrase,
"eu
I
te
love
amo",
you, you're not
você não
exactly
está amando
loving that specific
exatamente
thing,
aquilo, mas
but
você
you're
está
communicating to the
comunicando para o
universe.
universo que
You
você
love
ama
everything.
tudo. Não é
It's not
algo em
something
específico,
specific,
é tudo.
everything.
Eu te amo de
I
forma
love you in a grand way,
grandiosa,
in
de
a broad
forma
way,
ampla,
in a
de forma
general way.
geral. E o
And
amor,
love,
ele
it's
é
the energy with the
energia no
greatest power to
processo de
transform.
transformação.
When you
Quando você
say, I
diz "eu
love
te
you,"
amo",
you're
você
using the
está
most
usando a
powerful
frequência de
transformational
transformação mais
frequency in the
potente do
universe.
universo. E
And
quando
when
você
you're
está
saying,
dizendo "eu
I accept,
aceito", "eu sou
I am
grata",
grateful.
quando você diz
When
"eu
you
sou
say,
grata",
I
você
am
diz não
grateful,
só
you're
que você
saying not only
aceita
that
que
you
você ama,
accept, that you love,
mas
but
que
that
você
you're
está
willing to go
indo
further.
além. Você
You are
está
expanding your
abrindo
inner
a
consciousness
tua
to transcend
consciência
your daily
para
limitations
ir
because practicing
além,
gratitude
porque a
provides you with
gratidão,
this
ela
profound and
é
unique
essa
ability to
capacidade
open yourself up to the possibilities
de se
around you,
abrir, de
to
abrir a
open your mind, to
consciência, de
open
abrir
your
os
arms, to
braços, de
open your
abrir o
smile,
sorriso,
to
de
open
abrir o
your heart.
coração. A
Practicing
gratidão, ela
gratitude is
é
a powerful
essa
frequency
frequência
that
que
awakens your inner
desperta essa
ability to open
capacidade
yourself up to the
de
world, and
abertura.
that is
Por
exactly
isso
why
que
it
ela
positions you
te
directly in
coloca
front of something
diante de
entirely
todo
new.
mundo. Então,
So,
quando
when
você
you come to the
compreende que
realization
o
that your
teu
problem is not
problema,
something
ele
entirely
não é
separate
separado
from
de
you,
você,
that the
que é aquele
relationship you
relacionamento que
want to be
você
different or want
quer
to
que
end
seja
or
diferente, ou
want
quer que
something
acabe, ou
specific to
quer que algo
finally happen,
aconteça, não
is
está
not separate
separado de
from you.
você.
When you
Quando
finally
você
start to notice that
começa a notar
absolutely
tudo,
everything, that
aquela
persistent
dor de
headache, that
cabeça,
sharp
aquela
pain in
dor
your
no
foot,
pé,
that
aquele
nagging
mal-estar
discomfort
no
in your stomach,
estômago,
or
aquela
even that
doença que se
sudden illness that showed
manifestou,
up, is all
tudo está
deeply connected
conectado
to
com
you.
você. Não é
It's
o
not the
alimento, não é o
food,
ar que
it's
você
not the air
respira,
you breathe,
não é
it's
a
not
tua
your
vida
stressful
estressada,
life,
mas é
but
a
it's the way
maneira
you
como
feel
você
about your life,
sente a
the
tua
way you
vida,
feel
a
about
maneira como você
people,
sente as
the way you
pessoas,
feel
a
about
maneira como você
yourself
sente a si
that
mesmo,
creates
que cria
frequencies that
frequências que
manifest in
se
your physical
manifestam
body.
no seu corpo
In other
físico, ou
words,
seja, que tudo
everything
está
is connected to
conectado a
you.
você. Quando você
When you're
está
faced
diante
with this
dessa
truth,
verdade,
you're
você está
ready
pronto para
to start
começar a
healing.
trabalhar. E
And
quando
when
isso
that
acontece,
happens, the sacred
então
mantra becomes an essential part of the
parte da
universal tool
ferramenta
to effectively
universal
change the deep
para
frequencies of
mudar
your
as
consciousness
frequências da sua
and put you
consciência,
directly in
te
front of
colocar
entirely new
diante
frequencies
de
with
novas
brand new
frequências, com
manifestations
novas
and with many more
manifestações,
incredible
novas
possibilities.
possibilidades. Não
There is
existe
no
uma
tool
ferramenta que
that is
seja
perfect.
perfeita.
If you
Se
don't know how to
você
use
não
it,
souber
and the
usar
great
bem a
perfection of the
perfeição do
universe
universo, é
is
você.
you.
Quando você
When you
realmente
truly understand
entender
this,
qualquer
any tool
ferramenta serve
works for
para
you.
você,
And at the same time, you
você
will
vai
understand
compreender que
that
você
you
não
don't need
precisa
any tool
de
at all.
nenhuma. Mas
But
isso
that's for
é
later.
depois.
For now,
Agora, apenas
just work
trabalhe
according to your
de
truth,
acordo com a sua
understanding that
verdade,
everything is connected to
compreendendo que
you
tudo é
and that
conectado com
everything
você
can be
e tudo
transformed.
pode ser transformado.
Nothing stays the
Nada
same
é do
forever.
mesmo modo para sempre.
Transformation
A
is the only
transformação é a
certainty.
única certeza.
So if
Então, se
today you're
hoje você
living
vive
something you
algo que
don't
você
want to
não quer
live,
viver, comece
begin
a trabalhar
focusing
a
your
respeito
efforts on the absolute certainty that
desse
you know
estado,
that this is
disso que você
already
tem
in the process of
certeza
fading
hoje,
away,
porque
because
vai
the nature of everything is that it is
sempre
constantly
em
changing.
transformação. Então,
So this
isso
transformation has
já
already begun to take
começou a
place,
ser
and as
transformado
you work with
e trabalhe
Ho'oponopono,
com
this way
Ho'oponopono.
you'll
Desta
significantly
forma,
accelerate
você
the
vai
entire process,
acelerar o processo,
greatly expand the range
ampliar
of
as
possibilities
possibilidades
available to you,
e,
and
além de
above
tudo,
all, you'll be
você vai
much more
estar
fulfilled and
feliz
genuinely
enquanto
happier
você
while you're
está
doing it.
fazendo.